Hello. Welcome, everybody. January 1st, 2025. Does it feel like it? Sort of crazy. Got my book. It is show number 165. So if you're tonight, we'll work on some individual issues. We'll also, I'm thinking we'll start the new year off with doing good luck, bad luck button. And if you don't know what that is, I will explain it when we get closer to doing that. So we'll start with healing pulses, and we'll do that in about 3 minutes, and we'll do a few of those tonight. But other than that, a pretty low-key evening. So yeah. Yes, Valerie, that's what I was thinking too. Good luck, bad luck is a good way to start the year. So I'm trying to see. So we did it in December. We did it in November. And we didn't do it for a few months. So, but especially if you were part of the December group, so sort of keep an eye on, are you able to maintain where you're at, or are things flip-flopping? And if they are, that might be a sign you would benefit from a regular session. So, got some new people, so welcome. We'll do a variety of healing tools tonight. So we'll do one that is very similar to the emotion code. If you're familiar with that, there's a book called The Emotion Code by Dr. Bradley Nelson. We'll do a healing pulse, which is energy work. And I really like that because the way we do it, it is you sort of guide where you want the energy to go. So, yes. Fabulous. Yeah, got a nice crew, but not too big either. So we tend to get more done with just a smaller group like tonight, which is wonderful. So let's talk about the healing pulse. And so with this, it's energy that you're going to direct where it goes to. So if you have something physical going on, that's the easy part. If you've got something emotional or you're anxious, you need to think about where you feel that. So if you feel anxiety, where do you feel that anxiousness? So like me, I typically, if I'm anxious, I feel it in the pit of my stomach. But some people feel it in a variety of different places. Sometimes their chest gets tight. They have a hard time breathing deeply. Other people, their mouth gets dry. Sometimes it's more of a mental thing where you just can't think. And so those are all places where we'll send the healing energy to. So with this, I want you to rub your hands together. And then I want you to place your hands exactly where you want to receive the healing pulse energy. And then just imagine that my hands are on yours. And then the most important thing is just to be open and allowing. So just breathe in and just imagine with each breath in, the healing goes a little deeper, a little further to where it needs to go. And then as you exhale, imagine you're releasing energies and breath that you are done with. You're through, or maybe they're energies that maybe they're not even yours. So just breathe in and allow the healing to go deeper. Breathe out and allow the release. Okay. So that was our first healing pulse. We'll do 2 more, and at the end, we'll also do aura strengthening. So, but now we're to the point where we're going to do individual mini healings. So if you want to let me know what you would like to work on, I will look to see if there is a trapped emotion that is contributing to what you have going on. And if you're new, if you want to just watch and see what everyone else does, or if you want to jump right in, that's fine too. Okay, so all right, so it looks like Amanda is first. Amanda wants to work on removing blocks. Sissy wants to work on stress. Paula, feeling sad lately. Hello, Paula. It's sort of dreary. And with the polar vortex coming, I feel sad too. Okay, so motivation. Okay, so create opening. Or a new environment. All right. Angel in light, sinuses and throat. Lady L. Arthritis. All right, so Lady L, I'll put your husband here. But so you've got strength of physical and mind. So his mind needs to be stronger too. And before I do his, I'll double check to see if we need to split those up because sometimes there's. Okay, thank you for that answer. Dora feels overwhelmed. Okay. Marine. Heartburn. Acid reflux. Gastrointestinal. All right, let's see. Yes, I know, Paula. Makes me want to move south. Okay, Valerie. All right. Clear last remnants. Cold. Or wasn't exactly a cold, but I'm going to put cold and other. So it's not entirely tied to just cold. Okay, just Joan Jett. Love that name. I'm dating myself, but I did see Joan Jett live in concert. It was fabulous. That was a long time ago. All right. So I'm writing everything down, but if I miss you, I apologize, but put your information back in the chat just in case. And I always tell you who I'm working on. So, joint pain for possibly arthritis, hips, knees, mainly right, some left. And there's Joan. Welcome, Joan. Oh, I would love 40s at night. Maureen, I do know you know some people. All right, so Joan V, inflammation. Okay, so here's who's on my list. And if I don't say your name and you put something in, if you could please put it in again. So I've got Amanda, Sissy, Paula, Motivation, Angel and Light, Lady L, and Lady L's husband, Dora, Maureen, Valerie, Just Joan Jett, and then I've got Joan. So we're going to start with Amanda, and I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use just my negative emotion list, which has over 400. So should be able to find something in there. And it's the word stifled, Amanda. Let me get an age, and that will maybe. I wonder if. So, Sissy just commented she's freezing up. It might be your internet, Sissy, because I'm not freezing on my end. And so I don't know if you need to get closer to your router or you need to reset some things. All right, so going back to Amanda, stifled. Let me get an age where there was some type of event where she felt stifled, and part of that energy is still within and it's contributing to blocks. So I'm getting around age 23, and ages are usually the hardest thing. So it's somewhere 22, 23, 24. There was some type of event where you felt stifled. So let's go ahead and release that. And so if you are a healer, please help me release. If you're not a healer, I have found it's helpful to clear some residual if you just lend support and really mentally say, yes, I'm going to get rid of that. So let's release the energy of stifled around Amanda. Okay, so that released. All right, so Sissy, we're going to work on some stress release. So we're going to look at what is contributing towards that. Punished. So let's get an age. See if there's some type of event where you felt punished. And I'm getting you're about 8. So somewhere 7, 8, 9. So you were just little, but you got in trouble for something. And so the energy of being punished is still with you for that. So let's go ahead and release that and just imagine that little girl, that little sissy. Imagine that she's releasing the fears, the being upset at being punished, and just imagine giving her a hug. Okay, so that's released. All right, so Paula has been extra sad lately. And I think this is a fairly common emotion around holidays, because sometimes holidays are really amped up, but sometimes during, sometimes after, it's sort of a letdown. So let's see. So I do get there's something contributing towards that, Paula. Despondent. So let's see. Their age for that. So I'm getting around age 28. Despondent. So let's go ahead and release that. And there's Joni. Welcome, Joni. We are just working on individual issues. So if there's something you want to put in the comments, feel free. And at some point, we'll take a little break and we'll do a healing pulse for everyone. So despondent, that has released. Motivation is helping to create an opening for a new environment. So we'll see how that goes. So it's nice when we create a void that really sucks in something new and better for us. Smothered motivation. Let's see what age that was. $22. So somewhere 21, 22, 23. So let's go ahead and release the energy of smothered. So I'm getting that released. So Joni, got some medical concerns. Medical neglect of sorts. So the nice thing, I don't exactly need to know exactly where it is, but what I'll work on is just releasing a piece of it that's making things harder. All right, so angel and lights. She's got sinus and throat, so I'm going to just see if we need to separate those. And I got no, so let's figure out what will help her. I'm getting naive. So I don't know if there was something that happened. So I don't know if it happened because you were naive or you felt afterwards you felt really naive and sort of blamed yourself. So I'm not sure which scenario. Let me give you an age and maybe you'll know what it was. You were 19. So somewhere 18, 19, 20, something happened that either it was because you were naive or you realized it happened later because of that. So let's release that. Okay, so that's released. All right, Lady L, arthritis. So let's see. So in some of these, I have a number of books that tell sort of spiritual or emotional reasons why you've got those things going on. And that's something every once in a while I'll pull out in a session here, but it takes longer and usually it's more involved to do the healing. But that's something I also do in private sessions too. All right, so let's see. Getting mocked. M-O-C-K-E-D. Mocked, teased. All right, let me get an age for this. 26, Lady L. So somewhere 25, 26, 27. I don't know if someone was sort of making fun of you or if they teased you, but there's a piece of that that's with you. So let's go ahead and release that. And Motivation commented on what I found for them and said that that makes sense. So thank you for that feedback. So now we're going to work on Lady L's husband. And she had said strength of physical and mind. Do I do those together? Yes. Sometimes when you give me things, I split them up because there's different reasons for them. But at least for right now, this is, we'll find one thing. Oh, and there's Robin. Happy New Year to you, Robin. Getting unsettled. So let me get an age for that. And this for Lady L's husband. Getting like age 9. So something 8, 9, 10. The thing is, when you're young, we don't always understand things the way adults do. But I think with this, you had a feeling that something was off, but you didn't really understand it. And so that energy is sort of still with you. So let's release. And so if you're not familiar with healing in this way, I want you to just lend support and allowing it to release. Okay, that did release. And so with this, I'm also creating voids. And generally, I fill up the voids with love, light, and healing. So Dora is next. So we'll do Dora. And then we'll do our second healing pulse. And then after the healing pulse, we'll do Maureen, Valerie, Just Joan Jett, and then Joan, and then Joni. Isn't that interesting? With the Jones and the Joni all in a row. So, Angel Light, I will add your son to the list for stomach issues. Okay, So we're doing Dora, and then we're doing the next healing pulse. And so your sun can help. I think so too, Joni. I think so. And all at the same time. I mean, you're all together on my list. So Angel and Light, your sun can do the healing pulse too. So I'll go through just a quick little instruction. So it's the word smug, which is sort of odd for this. Let me get an age and maybe it'll make sense to you, Dora. I'm kidding, you were like 19. So sometimes if something sort of odd comes up, I also ask, is this yours? Or is this someone else around you that their emotion affected you? And that's what I'm getting here, Dora, is that there was someone that you were close to that was really smug. And I think add a bit of arrogance into, but they were close enough that it affected you. And so let's get rid of that, because especially if it's not even yours. So think about the person, the event, and imagine that sort of icky feeling that isn't yours, but theirs to be gone. Okay, that released. Okay, so I did Angel and Light. So Jeffrey can help himself with the healing pulse. So for those of you who came in after our first healing pulse, we're going to send energy to a particular location. And usually it's somewhere physical. So like when I look at my list, so like Lady L, your arthritis, especially where you feel it the most. Here's another example. Angel and Light, your sinuses and throat. That's where you'll want to send healing to. So when I think of strength and physical and mind, so mind here or physical, I would say the third chakra, which is the solar plexus. So it's sort of in between. So it's just above your belly button, not on your belly button, but just above. And so, and Jeffrey, stomach issues. So I want you to rub your hands together until they get warm. And then place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. And next, I want you to imagine that my hands are on yours. So you'll feel, some of you will feel warmth. You'll feel tingles. Some of you won't really feel it. But just allow, because you're getting my healing energies plus your own. And so with each breath in, the energy goes a little deeper. So the healing goes a little deeper. With each breath out, you are releasing. So just breathe in and out. Just allow things to shift. Every once in a while, I do get someone that amazing things happen in just a short time. But especially for most of us, if you've got issues that you've allowed to compound and compile, it's going to take a bit of time to get better. But with tonight, you are releasing at least one layer with the individual work, and the healing pulse happens too. So just keep at it. Okay, Maureen is next. So let's see, because Maureen had a few things. Are we going to group them all together? No. We're going to group, though, the heartburn and the acid reflux, because those two do go together. So I'm getting the word muddled. I'm not sure why, Sissy. Did you close the part of the screen that has the comments on it? You know, my screen's set up a bit differently because I'm using a service to stream. "24, Maureen." So muddle's sort of an odd word, but I think sort of a time where you were confused, your thoughts weren't clear. So like 23, 24, 25. Let's go ahead and release that. Okay, I'm adding Kavita to the list. When I get to you, we'll see, because that would take quite a bit of time to do all those. So I will check and see what one is most important, or if there's any that are related. So right now on the main screen where my video runs, there will be Facebook and YouTube comments, but on the screen itself that you're accessing, half of you are Facebook, half of you are YouTube. But like right now, I just saw Maureen's comment. So everyone should see those comments, but they come and go off the screen quite quickly. All right, so Valerie, we're going to clear the remnants of this sickness that she's had. So I'm getting narrow-minded. In an age. But I know especially on Facebook, there's a way to, if you tap your screen in a certain place, you don't see the comments on the bottom. So I don't, especially on your phone. So I don't know if that's part of the issue, Sissy. So let's just see what age this was for Valerie. So 14, which I knew Valerie when she was 14. And this isn't hers, but it's someone that was close to her. And I know she knows who this is. So we're going to release the energy of this, and because this isn't hers, and so this will help her deal with it. Yep, it's definitely not yours, Valerie, but it has affected you. So I'm getting that released. All right, next. So the first of the Joans, we're going to work with Just Joan Jett, and she's got some joint pain and arthritis. So I'm just going to see, and then she gave some more detail. So I'm going to see if we need to split that up at all. I do get yes. We're going to focus on the arthritis. And the knees. So let's see what comes up for you, Joan Jett. You are welcome, Joan. So I've had a few people mention yawns. Yawns are a sign of release. And so, especially for some of my clients who are yawning, it usually means I was pretty accurate in what's going on. But just know, not everyone yawns as a sign of release. But for those who do, it's pretty cool. All right, I get the word embroiled. So, sounds like it could be sort of spicy, Joan Jett. Let me get an age and we'll see. So I'm getting around age 25, Joan Jett. So like 24, 25, 26. There was some type of event that you were just embroiled in. And it makes me think it was sort of all encompassing and didn't allow for much else. So just imagine that you're reaching in and pulling those feelings out while I do it energetically. Okay, so I'm getting that release. Next, we've got Joan V. Wants to deal with inflammation. Getting worried. So let me get an age for Joan. You're welcome, Joan Jett. Joan, I'm getting around 21. So 20, 21, 22, somewhere in there. So let's go ahead and release that because these are definitely your worries and they're still with you. So that's released. All right. So we're going to do Joni next, and then we're going to do our third healing pulse. And when we come back, we're doing Jeffrey and then Kavita. All right. So Joni's got some medical concerns, possibly medical neglect. So we'll just see what comes up relating to that. You are very welcome, Amanda. Getting nervous. So let me get you an age, Joni, and we'll see if that ties to some type of event. That makes things harder. So I'm getting like age 36. So somewhere 35, 36, 37. I don't know if there was something going on there that made you extra nervous, but somehow it's playing a role. So let's get rid of that. You are welcome, Lady L and Joan V. So I'm getting that released, Joni. I'm hoping taking that out helps you work on what's left. Okay, and so that was about age 36, I'm assuming. So, and even though it's being nervous from around 3 years ago, you didn't really process the energy of those emotions of being so nervous. So, this will hopefully help. So let's do okay, so the 36 was something else, but it's still affecting you today, almost 20 years later. So, but I'm getting that released. So let's do our third healing pulse. So for those of you who have done the first two, think about, do you want to do the third healing pulse to the same place? Do you want to do somewhere new? Do you maybe not know where to, to receive it? So if you're not really sure, oftentimes I suggest the head. If you're looking for some intuitive kind of improvements, I would suggest the third eye. If you're looking for more clear thinking, yep, send it to the head. All right, so rub your hands together and place your hands exactly where you want the energy to go. Imagine my hands on yours. And then just allow the energy to flow. With each breath in, it's going to go a little deeper. With each breath out, just imagine you're releasing. Releasing and removing. Okay, so that was the third healing pulse. We'll finish up with the individual healing. Then we're going to do good luck, bad luck button. And then we will do aura strengthening. And then we'll call it a night. All right, so this is for Jeffrey, who's got tummy issues. So, and just know tummy issues can really trigger a lot of other things. They talk on, well, I watch a lot of YouTube that talks about your gut microbiome and how important it is for it to be healthy. And I'm realizing how important that statement is. But emotions can be the base of all of this. Oh, good, Valerie. Love the yawns. Restricted for Jeffrey. Let me get an age. 9. So somewhere like 8, 9, 10, he was restricted. So when I think of, well, what does that mean? because you can be physically and mentally restricted. Your food can be restricted. Your emotions can be restricted. So let's go ahead and release this. Somehow that's playing a role in his tummy troubles. So releasing and removing being restricted, however that means. You are welcome, Joni. Okay, that released. All right, so Kavita, let's see, we've got quite a few things. We're going to focus on the cataracts. Unmindful. So this has probably come up a couple times for different people, and I'm like, well, what is unmindful? And I think part of it is sort of where you're not thoughtful about your spiritual health, physical health, mental health. Let's get an age for Kavita. I think it's just that you didn't know. So I'm getting around age 18. So somewhere 17, 18, 19. And so when I think back eons ago, when I was 18, I was so clueless. You know, when you're that age, you always think you know everything, but there are so many things that you don't know. And part of it is you're not, well, I think some of the young people these days, you know, they're born being tuned in, but people my age, most of us were not born tuned in and connected to our physical mental bodies. But let's release that piece from Kavita. And so this will make it easier for her to be mindful currently. Okay, so that released. All right, so we're going to work on good luck, bad luck button. So what this is, yeah, Valerie confirms it. When she was 18, she knew everything. Yes. So good luck, bad luck. What is it? So with this in our own personal lives, we want to have good luck. But sometimes we have bad luck. Sometimes we have both. Sometimes we have neither. And so, excuse me, what I do is I'm checking to see if your good luck button is on, and we want the bad luck off. A sign that your good luck button is on and your bad luck button is on is something good happens to you and something bad happens, but it's not quite as terrible as it could have been. So if you would want me to check your good luck and bad luck buttons, put a 1 in the comments and I will go through and see what's on and what's off. And if anyone wants to put any comments in, especially if you're new, if you notice anything during the healing pulses. Okay, so we've got Amanda. And if you're writing for 2, let me know. Joan V. Joan Jett. Kavita. Motivation. Paula. Angel and Light, Valerie, Maureen, Jeffrey. Yes, we will check Jeffrey. So let me just make sure I got everybody. Amanda, Joan, Jess, and Joan Jett. Vita, Motivation, Paula. Okay, Dora. Lady L. Lady L, do you want your husband to? RS, yep, there we go. Lady L's husband. Oh, RS Fitness, welcome. Okay. So I'm just going to make my, I've got my list now. I just got to put down. Sissy, adding you. Okay, I'm halfway through the. All right, so I'm going to add Bill to the name for Lady L's husband. Okay, just doing some double checks. Okay, so I'm through with the good luck buttons. Let me see, I've got 5 of you who your good luck button is not turned on. So next I'm going to check the bad luck buttons, and then we'll go through everyone's scores. Well, not scores, the yes or the no's. So at the bad luck, I'm checking to see if it's off, because you don't want, when it's on, that means it's attracting bad luck. There's a number of you that the good luck was off, but the bad luck was off too. So nothing extra bad was happening, but the good luck wasn't flowing. So I've got few more to check, so hang on. Okay. All right. So here who we need to turn on your good luck. Kavita, Motivation, Paula, Maureen, RS Fitness. And here is who we need to turn off the bad luck. Joan V and RS Fitness. So RS Fitness, you don't have good luck, but you had plenty of bad luck. So I'm hoping it's been minor, but we definitely need to get you flipped. So I'm turning on the good luck for Kavita, Motivation, Paula, Maureen, RS Fitness. Does that make sense how I worded it, you guys? I know some of you that have been here a while, you sort of get it. But it's confusing because it's opposite. All right, so then Joan V, we're going to shut down the bad luck. I know for me personally, when I've got good luck, but I have bad luck, it's like, wow. RS Fitness, turning off the bad luck. So I'm hoping that helps. So for those of you who have been here a while, it's quite a few of you, I'm surprised, had plenty of good luck and you didn't really have bad luck. So, but that can easily change too. And I know for me personally, now that I understand the concept, I understand, granted it's oftentimes hindsight, where I feel that something is off. But yeah. So I'm just double checking a couple things. Yeah, I'm not getting anything else to reinforce. You are welcome, Angel and Light. So let's do the final little exercise. We're going to do aura strengthening. Usually I do like a commercial. I'm so bad at commercials. I need to have someone just do commercials for me, but part of it is it's just fun just doing this and not worrying about drumming up business, but that's supposed to be part of the reason why I do this. So, but I will tell you, so I think last time I talked about doing a Reiki class for Holy Fire Reiki 1 and 2 this month, and then nobody signed up. But today I got an email saying someone wants to sign up and wants to know when I'm doing my next class. So if you know anyone, or if you're interested in doing a Reiki class and it's online, and usually we do a weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and you'll be pretty comfortable doing Reiki. And then you'll also be invited to my free Reiki shares, which is only for my students and a few key people. Yeah, just let me know. But, So, Sissy, I think it's your internet, because usually people let me know pretty much if they're having troubles. Because sometimes when my home internet is glitchy, sometimes I can't tell. So people tell me. And so you're the only one. So I think it's your internet. So I don't know if there's a way you can be closer to your internet or if you have too many things open. Yeah. So let's do aura strengthening. The reason why I we do aura strengthening every time is because we live in a nasty world, it seems like, where people think it's okay just to be nasty to other people. And so the stronger your aura is, the easier it is to repel and not feel it so deeply. And so with this, if you want to use healing pulse energy, feel free. Basically, you call it in through intention. But I also highly encourage you to work with your own healing frequencies. We all have them. So I want you to rub your hands together. And if you pull in healing pulse energies, you do it here. If you want to just use your own, you just do it here. And then you just start beaming the energy out to your aura. So imagine just a big bubble, and the wall of your bubble is getting thicker and stronger. And usually I put in a hint of reflectivity. So that way, if someone's spewing some nastiness, it sort of gets sent back to them too. And then with this bubble, I think about what would be most helpful for me today. Sometimes it's just pure love, but other times I need courage or confidence or hope. And so just imagine as your outside is getting stronger, your inside is helping you feel better. Okay. And so that was aura strengthening. Let me know how you did. Tonight was your first night here. Feel free to drop me a comment. So let me know if I was pretty right on with my ages and dates and events. Ages are definitely the hardest thing, but usually I'm fairly close. Um, or sometimes it needs to be thought of in a different way. I am here every month on the 1st. So if I do anything extra, I put it on Facebook, I put it on YouTube. I do have a newsletter that I'm supposed to do monthly, but lately it's been quarterly. Yes, I get a lot of people giving me feedback that the aura strengthening is helpful. If you've got a job where something's going on, big meetings, the aura strengthening, that's something good to do before you go in to the office. So you're welcome, Valerie. Thanks, Maureen. Glad to see so many familiar faces or familiar names, and new people too. So thank you for coming. Thank you, Dora. Fabulous. And if you do have questions about the type of healing that I do, so I do something similar to this, but then most of my tools in a session take much more time. So my goal here for the free mini healings is to help as many people as possible. But during a personal session, sometimes speed is not the priority. It's getting the level of healing. And plus I do metaphysical hypnosis too. Wow, just Joan Jett. That was sort of right on. Yes. Thank you for giving me that feedback. I like to know when I'm right. I probably should know when I'm wrong too, but usually I'm pretty close. Wow. Although that does sound pretty familiar though, motivation, smother being with family or significant others. Lady L, you and your husband, I hope you have a fabulous new year. And I hope to see you all next month or sooner. So have a fabulous evening. Good night.